What's up, Shackers? This is David L. Craddock, Longreads editor, here to tell you I have played Doom the Dark Ages, I have beaten Doom the Dark Ages, and now I'm going to share my impressions of Doom the Dark Ages. So the first thing you want to know is that this is a prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. It goes back millennia into, of course, the Dark Ages to explore some of the origins of the Slayer and see what he was up to before the events of the more modern Doom games. Spoiler, it's ripping and tearing. The story is the heaviest it's ever been in any Doom game, with lots of cutscenes and lore and new characters, but if you're like me, you can just skip through those cinematics. You don't need to really know what's going on. The story is kind of standard fare anyway. You wouldn't be missing anything if you skipped most of it, but it's pretty good if you want to just follow along with it just for the sake of following a narrative. Doom the Dark Ages is the most visceral Doom yet. Everything you do carries weight. You can jump off cliffs and dive into groups of enemies and they just explode from the sheer force of your landing. Melee combat feels fantastic. There are several melee weapons to use, and it feels great, especially when you're doing combos and seeing armor shards land everywhere as you pummel demons into pulp. You can weave through enemy projectiles, which feels like the classic Doom games. Big battlefields, lots of projectiles coming at you, weaving and dodging through them. But a new thing you can do is actually parry in this game. You can parry some of those projectiles, send them right back to the demon who sent them at you to deal major damage and help break their armor. You can also parry certain melee attacks. It feels a lot like Doom Souls, I guess you could call it, but without the tight parry windows of the Souls games. You can even adjust the parrying windows so that you can have more or less time to parry depending on what suits your playstyle. The shield is what you use to parry. It's brand new to Doom the Dark Ages, and it's by far my favorite weapon. You can block with it, you can parry with it, you can throw it at fodder enemies to cut them in half with one throw. It's a great addition to the combat loop, and it's defensive and offensive. You can charge with it, you can block projectiles that can't be parried with it. I think you'll get the hang of it really quickly and feel like it's an invaluable part of this combat loop. I would find it hard to go back to Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal after using it. It's that integral to combat and really feels that good. The weapons, we have a great variety here. The super shotgun, the regular shotgun. Instead of a chain gun this time, we have the pulverizer, which crushes skulls and fires shards of them out at enemies. We have a new plasma rifle, and every weapon has two classes, so basically takes on two forms. A lot of that means you'll be getting two weapons for the price of one. For example, first you get a grenade launcher, and then later, on the same key, you get the rocket launcher. So you can switch back between them effortlessly, depending on which you like to use more. Some of the newest additions to Doom the Dark Ages, besides the shields, are the introduction of the giant mech, the Altans, and the dragon that you can ride. I wasn't really keen on the dragon. It makes Doom feel kind of like a shoot 'em up and just feels so different from the rest of the game that it feels like it belongs in another game. The mech, however, is a great extension of the main combat loop. You can smash demons to bloody bits with it. You can even watch your feet stomp over giant cities and enemies as you wade through to your next combat goal. The mech is a great addition. The dragon, not so much. The level design in Doom the Dark Ages is fantastic. There are still arenas that obviously feel like arenas and are meant for combat, but a lot of the areas are wide open sandboxes, making Doom feel more open. It's not an open world Doom game, but the environments are more open, kind of like the classic games where you feel like battles could happen anywhere. Anywhere could be an arena this time around. There are lots of secrets to find, and the game actually indicates points of no return, so you know that when you're about to leave an area, you should go check for secrets just in case you want to check those off your list before you proceed to the next section of the level. There are lots of ways to interact with the environment, such as shield bashing crates, swinging your shield, throwing your shield to cut pieces of the level apart. Some puzzles and mechanics, such as swimming, are needlessly obtuse and slow down the pacing, but a lot of the puzzles, in fact most of them, are simple enough to get through pretty easily. All in all, Doom the Dark Ages is a great return to form, that form being Doom 2016 if you preferred that style of combat, and I think even if you were partial to Doom Eternal, you'll find a lot to love here as well. This is a Doom game, it feels like a Doom game, it's the best parts of classic Doom and modern Doom all rolled into one. I gave it a 9 out of 10 and stand by that score. This is a fantastic game, one of the best we've seen this year so far, and it's definitely going to be on your must-play list. I hope you enjoyed this impressions piece on Doom the Dark Ages, and I'll see you in hell.